the numbers.
Hi, welcome back to Chix and Sticks, Cigars in the Silver Screen. We're going to have kind of a fun, open conversation tonight. So I'm going to be wanting some questions and comments, and I have a return guest back as by popular demand. So anyway, we've got a lot, so let's get it started. Here we are. So this is my return guest. If you watched the show last week, you will remember that this is my son, the filmmaker, producer, all around super cool dude.
I think I'm the new Ed McMahon. I'm like I'm like the sidekick now.
Yeah, I need a sidekick. It's either gonna be him or Mike G, or I don't know.
Either way, you're in good hands.
Well, I have a little to say about that. I was really close to having a certain guest on tonight, and she is busy with a project, and we've had to just future it out. So I had to just kind of decide that I needed an Ed McMahon. Because I think anybody wants to just sit here and watch my stuff.
Of course.
I don't know. So we're going to do it a little different tonight. I have my cigar picked out. I know what I'm going to smoke, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's my favorite cigar, except I hate for it to be my favorite cigar because you can't find it. I had smoked it, loved it, and then I tried to buy it, and it was nowhere on the internet. I found one place that was selling it, and they had 4. It's 4 left, so I bought all 4. So I have gifted one. I'm going to smoke one tonight, and we'll only have 2 in existence.
Whoa.
I know.
And then there were 2.
I know. So I'll reveal what it is. Like, it's a rare enough that most of you probably haven't smoked it. So
just say how good it is, and then they'll send you some.
Oh my God, it's so good. Actually, I hope they send me something else that they make.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather have that than more cigars.
Got it.
Well, cigars in the glove box. Okay, so I'm gonna make you pick a cigar random. Like,
oh gosh. Oh boy.
And you don't really. Okay, so let's do this. Let me get this one. I can't lift anything with my left arm. Okay, so this is how I keep my cigars. I mean, I have a humidor, but have I seasoned it? No. I've had it for a couple months, haven't I? So anyway, I keep them in jars like this, and
it's kind of like going to a candy store, right? There's just a bunch of different flavors.
You can just pick them up and go like this, like.
So what are the rules to?
What do I feel like? Okay, wait.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to explain this a little.
Well, no, I was going to say, what are the rules to storing? Because I just got some jars too. Okay. So what are the rules to storing cigars in a jar as opposed to a humidor?
This jar is made in Italy. How fancy is that?
What are the best practices?
I know that people store cigars in plastic.
Okay.
Like in Ziploc bags.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's different ways to store cigars, and probably each way has a different longevity. I think Ziplocs are probably the least because depending on the Ziploc, that's a brand too. I don't want to endorse any brand. Anyway, those little plastic bags with the things.
You don't want to endorse any brands unless they're paying you.
Yeah, except
you do want to endorse brands, but
yes. Yes.
Right. Not in a plastic bag, though. Probably not.
I think they're the first to go because, and if they're not an expensive bag, that a lot of times they have holes in it.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
Or they leak, or the zipper's not sealing tight. So I would guess that one is probably going to be the most difficult to keep your cigars.
Okay.
Good.
I'm guilty of that, but trying to get better.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, for a short time.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I mean, they ship them that way and everything.
Sure.
And some people keep them in plastic tubs.
Huh.
Like Tupperware tubs?
Yeah. God, I never even thought about that.
Oh, yeah. They just get big tubs. I think that probably works.
Do they feel enough?
You know what? I don't like the plastic idea.
Yeah.
I just don't like the plastic idea. And I don't like the idea. Glass is going to hold. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But
really?
No, not. But when I think about it, I think that glass is going to hold humidity better than a plastic tub. I don't know why. I just think so. So anyway, I use these tubs, and I love Bovita. I'm a Bovita fan. I know there's other
that's what I use too.
Things, but I love Bovita, and as you guys know, you can easily tell when you're when the little Bovita pack is on its last legs. It gets hard and it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I use Bovita pack, and then I lost it. Okay, so I ordered. Don't be looking at the cigars.
No,
I'm looking.
I'm looking at the comments.
Oh, okay. What's up, Chix? Oh, also, I was going to tell you guys, if you're watching on Facebook, when you say or when you make a comment, it just says Facebook user. But somewhere on there where you're watching is supposed to say allow YouTube or allow Facebook to use your name. And so if you do that, then I know who you are. Or you have to say it in the comments. Like whoever said, "What's up, Chix?" just a second ago. I don't know who you are. But anyway. And there's Ian. Ian is here. He said hi, Ian. He said he's smoking a Rocky Patel sun-grown Maduro.
Nice.
A gift from Lone Cigar.
Wow.
Okay, so Lone Cigar is befriended me, and he's been advertising my show.
Nice.
And
we'll take any advertisement.
I know. Yeah. And he takes like a picture, and like if I do a post about what's going on, he puts them together in a cool graphic thing, and then posts them for me. Okay, so back to this really quick.
Jars.
I get these. So it says 58% because I've had this open for a while. And it's amazing, too.
How accurate
Do not leave your jar open. I mean, within...
My jar's closed.
within a minute or two, the humidity goes
Really? We've had your jar open for...
I know.
7 minutes
Anyway,
now.
These are great. Like, I got a 6-pack on Amazon for like $12.99 or something. So they're really good because my jar is glass. Yeah, I'm saying that backwards. Like, I can just look in there and see how it's doing. And I've been using these with the Bovita pack. I use the large Bovita pack for 2 years now, and they totally hold really well.
Do we know, well, I'm sure you guys out there know this, but how long is the large size Bovita bag supposed to last?
3 to 6 months.
Pretty good.
That's my guess.
That's good.
Let's see if anybody says. Matt, can you see my name now? Oh, yes, I can see your name, Matt.
Good job, Matt.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Lone Cigar is here. I hope you were on when I gave you a little shout out for your cool graphic skills. And
where is Lone Cigar based at?
Promotional skills. Oh my gosh, I should know this.
Oh, sorry.
Where are you from?
Shouldn't have asked.
It's like Michigan or Michigan or somewhere back there, you know. Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
A long ways away, unfortunately. unfortunately. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's smoking a Viva La Vida Toro. Viva La Vida. Those are really good. Okay, so
remember that band Viva La Vida? I'm sure they're still around, but are we human or are we dancers? Right? Didn't they do that song? I'm pretty sure.
What year was this?
Not that long ago, like within the past 10 years.
Okay, music people.
Dun, 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 dun,
was there a band
dun,
called
dun, dun,
Viva La
dun.
Vida?
I used to rule the world, but that was when I...
Oh, I know that song.
Oh!
I used to rule the world. Viva La Vida.
That was the name of the band? Or the name of the song?
I don't know.
Maybe there's the name of the song.
I don't know. Nobody's helping us. Oh, Lone Cigars from Southeast Minnesota.
Southeast
Minnesota.
Ian
said it's The Killers.
The Killers. Okay, so the song is called Viva La Vida.
Well, I couldn't tell what song it was on the way you sing.
I know, it's very bad.
I didn't afford singing lessons for you when you were young.
No.
Very clearly. Because I'm sure you inherited my voice. And so there's not enough in the world to fix that. Okay, so let's pick a cigar and get our cigars going because I want to talk about my cool cigar I'm smoking. I want to get smoking it. So you can open all three and you can look in at the top.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah, it's a treasure smoke.
I'm gonna not look at the labels. I'm gonna just kind of look at the
tops.
See if anything calls out to me.
These all look exactly the same. They're the same height, the same shape, but the same color.
I was gonna say this jar is very diverse. It has different heights.
Except for this one comes in a really nifty tube. Don't look. Buffalo Trace cigar. Who knows if that'll be good, but I love Buffalo
let me look at another jar. Nothing's calling to me here.
Okay, look at that one.
Okay. See how there's it's a very diverse crowd in that jar.
And they're all dark on this side, like Maduros,
and then there's
some Connecticut's and
Okay, you're right. This jar, they all kind of look a little bit the same. I don't know. Nothing's calling to me.
Well, I got one more jar. You got one more jar.
Oh, there's 3 jars. Okay.
3 jars.
Let's see.
Good look at those. Shut my jar.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
The humidity is decreasing.
It's like
please shut jar.
I'm aging. Keep that lid shut.
Shut the jar.
Yeah.
Can we get Alexa hooked up to your cigar jars and then tell you what the humidity is?
Alexa could play music for them.
Calming, like sounds on a farm, like a Cuban tobacco field.
Or
wouldn't that make them feel like they're at home?
Or maybe the ocean because they come from the earth and they just don't have an ocean experience, like waves. And then that's nice humidity. They're like, it's refreshing. Might work. Works with plants.
Oh, I like this jar.
Oh,
and there's one sticking.
Okay, hurry up, pick one. So
no! I mean, this is a great cigar, but we're supposed to sit here for an hour. But I want this one.
Okay, you can have 2.
I'll choose one because I smoke cigars on the faster side, so a shorter cigar, I'll choose one. I'll choose the one that was.
And now we found out we can talk until we're done.
This one's kind of another shorty as well, so that's perfect.
What's that one? Ashton.
This is Ashton. I got my Cohiba and my Ashton. I don't think it's focusing in, but it's blurry.
Kind of.
It's blurry. Come on, camera. How that works. They understand.
Okay.
Got it? Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, those 2 add up to a nice sized if you put them together. Okay, so I get to talk about my cigar because I want to get it lit, and then we'll drink.
I'm ready for that.
This is my cigar. It's so delicious, you guys.
Am I gonna do a drum roll?
Sure.
Ready?
I just won't even say. I'll just hold it up to the camera and try and get it to focus.
Give it a second. Ooh. There it is. Now they can see it.
It'll be backwards for them. It is a Bugatti. with the San Andreas
Bugatti.
Claro wrapper. Yes.
Is that just sharing the name, or
No, it's made. The car company has the cigar made for them.
Oh my goodness!
They actually have a few. They have a couple.
What?
I've only had the white label.
Okay.
If you want to buy a Bugatti cigar, there's one, I don't know what they are, red label and a black label, and you can't find those on the internet, but you can not find these. I just bought the last 4 in existence. So they have Padermo. Why can't I talk tonight?
Guillermo?
Padermo cigars. Padermo. You say Padermo, I say Padermo. They make Bugatti cigar for Bugatti. So it is the car company, and they have made cigar accessories for a long time. Lighters and cutters. You can get Bugatti, really cool Bugatti lighters and stuff. So then they decided to make cigars. So, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say,
Mhm.
lightly touching on Bugattis, the cars, and this is something that I know. This is something that's been passed along information-wise from car people. So if I'm wrong, don't yell at me. But I think like Bugattis are like, right? They're like one of the most expensive cars, right? And they don't make that many every year because I think they're all like completely handmade in one factory by like the same group of guys. And I think they only make like a few hundred cars a year because they're handmade. And even like, that's amazing. They make that many. So,
Well,
but can you imagine driving in your Bugatti,
let's just let it be
smoking
known.
your Bugatti cigar?
If I'm going to be a cigar ambassador for somebody, let's bring it It's Bugatti. Really.
Oh, I'm going to need a promo car to drive around in.
This is just such a delicious cigar. And I left my notes all about its little wrapper and everything on the dining room table. Will you run and get it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of a casual.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
Ed McMahon is leaving.
Thank you. I think it's Dominican Republic on the filler. Trying to remember. We know the wrapper is San Andreas. And somebody correct me. So there's a big discussion whether this is pronounced San Andreas or San Andres. So who knows Spanish? I don't.
What about if neither? Right.
Can you see my name now, Facebook user? No. Huh. Perdomo. See, I still said it wrong. God, I just
we weren't close.
God, they're not watching Perdomo cigars, and they make really great cigars. So that's pretty cool.
They
That
make the
this.
Bugatti cigar. Dang! Wow.
Let's see.
I'm a big car fan, so that's.
It looks
cool
like my friends Ian and Kyle know each other. That's interesting. I don't know how. Facebook user Nick Marzagiano. Marzagiano? I'm so bad. Come on. Like, if it's not, I'm so terrible. I need to take a language class. Oh, I know French. I can whip out French words.
Just the swear ones.
Yeah. Okay, so here it is. I wrote the notes down. When I smoked, I didn't even care. Like, I don't even care where it's made. It's so delicious. Dominican Republic filler, San Andres Claro. Oh, Ian had a Andreas, San Andreas, like the fault. Do you remember when we were in Joshua Tree and we saw the San Andreas fault?
Yeah. It's kind of horrifying.
And then a friend and I were there one time without you, and we drove into the town of Palm Desert, and you can drive across it. And the whole time you're thinking in your head, please don't blow. Anyway.
The kind of luck you have, the one time you go on a vacation in that area is exactly when.
And it'd be coming, I'd see it come down the thing. Just like, jeez.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a Claro wrapper too. Dominican binder. What is really intriguing about this is when I smoked it, I swore to God I tasted rum.
Ooh.
I know
nice.
it. Because,
I like that.
You know, like sometimes I get a whiskey flavor from a cigar, but not so much rum.
Rum's great.
And I looked it up.
Rum.
I looked it up today to see what their flavor profile is, and it's a little bit different than mine, but not a lot. And that's what they said, that there's a rum. Well, they did not say there was a rum flavor. They said that you can smell kind of a rum on the foot. But I feel like I can taste it. Yeah. And not the whole cigar, but in the beginning. What's really cool about it is it has a quad cap.
Okay.
So I've had lots of cigars that are triple cap, but I've never had a quad cap. So that makes it like really extra special too. So we'll smoke it, and then after I'm smoking it, I'll tell you kind of the flavors that I taste. But it's probably a medium smoke. And not only that, it's kind of creamy, and it's really hard to explain. Like, I don't want to say that it tastes like mint, but mint can be a flavor in cigars. It's not really mint, but it makes this glow in your mouth, like a fresh, light, like the way you smell when you get out of the shower. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just this really fresh, light, and it has this creaminess, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that rum, a little leather, and then like this oak and cider kind of trades back and forth.
Nice.
It's
a great review, man.
Yeah.
I want to know if there's people out there that are more on my skin.
Are we going to try this?
Oh, gosh.
You feeling brave? You know, I bombed.
Well, those matches are longer, at least.
I know. The first time I tried it, I bombed. And so
how are you going to strike it?
Now it's like a freaking challenge.
Where do you strike it? On the bottom of the box?
Yes. See?
Pretty cool.
It's very windy here, though. And it's colder than...
Here, why don't I hold it? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, take it away from me.
Let's grab it. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Don't put it by the paper, the laptop. Goodbye, computer. Oh, well, that's an easy one to light because it's kind of got a...
So this is the trick. You have to hold the match like this or it goes out. If you hold it like this, it climbs up the wood. See, this is my MacGyver skills. I'm MacGyver mom.
Now that's science there.
Now it went out.
I would never think of that.
It's too windy. I don't think it's going to work. I'll try it
Try it one more time.
Yeah, I think if you hold it like this, it now has fuel and it's running up the stick.
Science.
But see, look at, here comes the wind. Ah.
Look at that. Nicely done.
Ooh,
boy,
tight
that
draw.
Smells good.
Really tight draw. I don't like it. The first time I smoked it, I'm curious to see if I really like it, because the first time I smoked it, it was, you know how we, on some of my shows before I talked about the occasion, like sometimes a cigar just tastes better because of what you're doing when you're smoking it. Like the occasion, where you are, who you're with. And the first time I smoked this cigar, I checked into a spa in the desert, and I was by myself.
That's a good location.
For the weekend, yeah. And it was really great. I checked in. I said, God, they asked me if I'd stayed there before. And I said, no, I have not. And she was like, why are you staying with us? And I said, because you guys have big soaking tubs. Like in the bathroom, there's a giant tub. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I just can't even wait to go up there and get in the tub. And she was like, do you want me to send up some bath salt? And I was like, I felt really fancy. I was like, yes. So yeah, I felt really fancy. So I went, by the time I got up there, they had these bath salts of different, like lavender in these rows on the bathroom counter. And the guy had taken my bags up and filled my ice bucket.
Wow. My gosh.
I felt really fancy. So I got in the tub, and you're not supposed to smoke, but they don't even have a fan in their bathroom.
You smoked in the room?
Yes, I smoked in the tub.
Didn't the alarm go off? The smoke alarm? You weren't worried that the smoke alarm would rain down on you and they would cut, ma'am?
It didn't happen. Won't mention who it was, Agua Caliente. I smoked out on their there was a balcony. So I go out on the balcony and I look. I lean. It's COVID, so there's not as many people at the hotel. I lean forward and look. No lights on over there. No lights on over there. I'm smoking.
Nice.
And the sun was going down.
Nice.
And in the desert, the hills turn this beautiful, these purples. And, the sky is that yellow and orange and purple. And then as the sun goes down, the kind of the hills in front of you stay purple, but they get dark. They're just in shadow and they just are this dark purple against the sky. It's amazing. So it was a fun weekend. So, that's hard to beat. Now I'm sitting on my patio in the freezing cold. So see if it's as good. So far it is. Oh, we need to drink. Oh, you already have something.
I have mine ready to go. I'm waiting for you. Well, I'm not too fancy today, and since it's actually work because I have a lighter cigar, I have a ice cold Modelo with a lime.
Nice.
Last week we did cocktails, so this week I'll just have some nice.
Okay, beer. This is going to be interesting.
Oh boy.
For being a MacGyver person, I can't seem to do mechanical things very well. Like if you have to put it together or this. I hate this. I always have somebody else do it because I can't stand the pop. It's kind of like those wrap rolls. Those rolls well, you're not old enough, but those rolls that your mom used to make, and they're like refrigerator rolls, and you smack them on the counter and they go pop. And then you peel the cardboard off and the little rolls are inside. I hate that. I just don't want that unexpected.
So this is what
I want to know it's coming.
This is what you chose to do on television.
I mean,
it'll be entertaining.
It's an impromptu
If it flies up
show.
and hits the camera and all of a sudden you're looking at our patio,
yes,
you'll know why.
I need another smoke so it doesn't go out. It is really kind of tight on the draw. I'm going to see if I can. Feels kind of tough up here. It is good. I might have to recut it, see if I can get it to, or purge it. See, even sometimes when you take this off, it pops, and then I really don't like it. That's what we should tell stories about my MacGyver incidences. I have this knack for being able to, I've done it so many times for this kid growing up. I have a knack for, you get yourself in a situation and you're like, now what do I do? Like I could have been on Apollo 13.
Yeah, those people that put all those
items
a
together. Sock, duct tape. Yeah, I have this knack, like wherever you, oh God, there it goes.
That was easy.
Sheesh, it just
didn't.
Like
a pro.
It was ready. Okay, so, and I put raspberries in my glass. And this is me drinking champagne in a giant wine glass. I like to have a big glass.
Because you're going to have it, so you might as well just pour it.
The little skinny champagne glass. Oh, look at it. Turned it pink right away. Ooh, I like it. The reason I'm drinking Prosecco is because I'm smoking a Bugatti. I couldn't have beer.
No.
Or even a plain old cocktail. It seems like it needs something fancy. Right? Oh my God, that's so good with that. Because this is kind of creamy and yeah. Anyway, I have MacGyver skills where I can just I look around, see what do we got, and you can use this for that. And right? Should we tell a story about the time we were on the red carpet at the ESPY Awards, the ESPN Awards?
Sure, that's probably your Super Bowl story of MacGyver,
right?
I
mean, I can't think. Okay, so. We get we have a friend who gives us tickets to the ESPN Awards.
The ESPYs.
The ESPYs. But a lot of times we say ESPY, unless people are sports people, they don't know what that is. They're the ESPN Awards. And we have this gold ticket we get to walk on the red carpet.
Yeah, we didn't just get a ticket to go to the show. We also got ticket to go to the show was gold, but we got a red ticket that got on the red carpet, and then we got another ticket that got us to the after party.
Yes.
It was like a 3-ticket event.
Yeah.
I was like, that's 3 separate tickets.
And that after, I mean, there was sports people, Russell Wilson,
Richard Sherman.
there was basketball players. There was all kinds of people walking around. And
Sierra and Big Sean performed.
yes,
That's who performed.
yeah, we stood right in front of the stage and Sierra performed. It was amazing. And that was they were dating.
JB Smooth was there, and Hannibal Buress. They're both comedians. They were both
Yeah,
there.
it was fun. Everybody was just lounging around. Okay, so anyway, we go on the red carpet. So we're on the red carpet, and Gibson owned tuxes. So he's wearing a tux. I bought a dress at Ross for $19.99. Remember, it was exactly a Marilyn Monroe dress, like her white dress that blows up. It was exactly a Marilyn Monroe dress. I just thought I'll go simple, and then nobody will be able to tell that I'm wearing a Ross dress. Anyway, I had gold shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, we walk the red carpet, we go inside, and it's on TV, it's televised. So they tell you like when they're going to break for commercial, and then you can get up and walk around or go to the bathroom. And then they start counting down. Okay, everybody get back in your seats, and 5, 4, 3, 2, whatever. And you have to go sit down, and then the lights go down and it comes on. So anyway, we walked the red carpet really slow because we thought it was so cool, and people were like looking down at us like, who are they? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a sports person.
Yeah.
I guess I could be.
It was really hot that day.
I look like a ping pong sports person.
Why ping
Gotta-
pong? Oh, because you
My
have
muscles only big enough for
arm
ping
muscles.
pong paddle. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we were milling around first before we went into the auditorium. We got something to drink. We met the mascot of the Timbers. We have a friend who is the general manager, COO of the Portland Timbers MLS soccer team. So that their mascot was there, and we were getting drinks and just kind of walking around all this. So we were doing a lot of walking, and then we got into the auditorium, sat down, and he leans over to me and he's like, I can't believe this. No, I think you told me on the red carpet.
I was going to say,
said-
we were still outside.
Yeah, you
in
said,
front of people.
oh my God, Mom, the sole of my shoe is coming off. And I was like, no, it's not. Because if you do this to me on like TV, I'm going to die. And he's like, yeah, it's coming off. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's walking really carefully.
It was
getting
so
worse and
hot
worse.
that we were in downtown LA, and I felt like I stepped in gum. I felt like I stepped in something sticky, and I looked down, and I just saw I had tuck shoes on, and I just saw melting plastic or rubber or whatever the heck in between the sole and the rest of the shoe. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is bad.
So we go and we sit down, and he's just like, Mom, it's almost all the way off. So I said, let me see. So he shows me his shoe, and I'm like, that's going to completely come off. And how are you going to walk out of here? Like, it's going to be bad. Like, you could see the whole sole and these little thin nails, and it's just totally coming off. So I'm sitting there. I said, okay, this is a tough one. So give me a minute. So he's sitting there, and I'm thinking. I lean over and I said, do you have gum in your pocket? And he's like, yeah. I said, get it out and start chewing it. Give me a couple pieces, start chewing it. When it gets really sticky and gooey, just stick it on the arm. And we're going to, however many pieces you have, that's what we're going to do. So we did. We chewed up the gum and stuck it on the arm of the thing. And then when the camera's like panning over the audience, but on one of the breaks, I say, take off your shoe. So he takes off his shoe, and we put the gum in there and stick it together. And it lasted all night. Intermission, it lasted at the end of the night. We even had some drinks. We walked around, and then we had to go to the party.
We went to the party, and we danced. We danced at the party.
Danced, walked around.
Yeah.
all this stuff, and then we're walking to the parking lot, which is a ways away, and we get literally like 6 feet from the car.
Like I unlock my
comes
car
off,
and the shoe
it-
just
Yeah.
falls apart,
It
and
was
I was like, "Wow, we
Yeah.
made it!"
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
just leave it there. I mean, literally, we just made it. So that was probably
So that night, some janitor in the Staples Center parking garage found a tuck shoe in 2 pieces with a bunch of gum in it.
with 6 balls of gum stuck to it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what are you guys smoking? So Barry just came on. Hi, Barry. Ooh, he said he loves your hat.
Mm.
I do too. It's kind of Western looking.
It's the Brixton Company. I got this hat in Portland, but I think this hat's all over. They're really nice. This is the large size. They have a couple different colors. It's really comfortable. It's got this nice leather band. I'm a big hat guy, so yeah. And it's kind of Western, but not a cowboy hat. So I like it. It's a good crossover.
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe.
That's what Ian said, a gumshoe.
Gumshoe. Those tuck
It gives
shoes.
new meaning to gumshoe.
Those tuck shoes were. I had them a while. So
yeah, and you
was,
bought them at the tuck shop.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my kid. Probably you were in middle school.
I was probably just starting high school when I went to that tuck shop.
Yeah, and there was a tuck shop near our house, and they decided to have a huge warehouse
Parking
clearance
lot
sale.
sale.
Parking lot sale. And he's like, Mom, I need to go and buy some tuxes. Like, I'm going into film, and I need to own a tux.
I'm in high school.
Tux. I know, and I'm thinking you're going to grow another, because you're 6'3", 6'2",
6'3", I think now, yeah.
13, size 13 shoes. I'm thinking, okay. And they're made to let them out and let out the arm. I mean, they're totally made to do that. So we go to this thing, and he ends up buying 3 different tuxes, one long with tails, a couple that are short, some extra pants, some bow ties, a couple cummerbunds, and 3 pair of shoes, white, baby blue, and black.
And
right?
They weren't quite baby blue, but they were a bluish gray.
You're right. They were more gray than blue.
And those are the ones that fell apart, which they are my favorite pair because they kind of had this cool pointed toe. And the funniest thing I bought at that sale was, remember, I bought a zoot suit hat.
Yes. Yes, and we've used it for Halloween.
The only kid in Portland with a zoot suit hat.
Yeah, it's true. It's cold here for California people. Like,
yeah, we've had rain for 2 days now. We don't know what to do with ourselves.
It's been pouring, and right now
It's been pouring.
It's been pouring.
Pouring.
I had my, not these over the knee boots, but I had my black over the knee boots on, and I went to see my friend, and I was inside, and when I went to go out, the whole parking lot was so full of water that there wasn't even, I mean, you know how it is here. There's nowhere for it to go. I had to walk through the puddles, and I got my boots all wet. It makes me mad. Anyway.
Oh my.
Yeah. So anyway, those were the tech shoes that kind of got screwed up, but yeah. So to me, this is tasting just like it did when I first smoked it. It has a creaminess to it, but also that, I mean, maybe because it's the Claro. I've never had a Claro before, and that's a little bit lighter, but I don't know. Maybe that's that kind of clean, fresh feeling, but it is almost minty.
Someone's asking us questions.
Oh, and it's not in the back of my throat either. Oh, so I'm smoking the Bugatti. Oh, geez. See how windy it is? I'm trying to get the glare off of it. There it is. Yeah, it's really good.
And I had to blind pick cigars out of a jar.
Yeah, I made them just.
And I ended up with a Cohiba and a Ashton cigar, which is what I'm currently smoking. I took 2 cigars because they're both kind of on the shorter end, and I smoke kind of fast. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you smoking?
Oh.
Them, the people.
Well, a couple people have told us. Yeah, you can tell us what you're smoking. Anybody who didn't.
Also,
I'm gonna drink.
here's a debate, a cigar debate.
Okay, I'm up for that.
Bans or no bans when you go to smoke your cigar?
Oh yeah, that's a debate.
When I started, I was all about the bands because it looks
I'm
cool.
all about the
But
band.
now I'm all naked, all natural.
No. Mm-mm.
It's beautiful without the band
It
on
should
it.
come off slowly,
Ooh.
like a seduction.
Take mine off right away.
Okay. I don't want to know that.
Straight to the point.
Oh no! See, I love the band because that's the thing with me is I love the
art of it.
I love the art of it. I love the art of some of the bands, and so I like to keep them on. And I always save them. I have a big jar of them, and so I always save them. And wouldn't it be cool to take a leather coat like this and just glue cigar things all over it? It'd be cool looking. It'd be like
you'd be like those people like that you see at any kind of event that like at Disney.
Collect pins.
Yeah, right. Like at Disneyland, the pin people or like people that put patches on their jacket at like car shows and stuff. You'd be like that.
I bet I'd start a trend. Bands or no bands? Is anybody answering? Oh, Barry's smoking a Don Kiki. Oh, and you announced on your show, Barry. Barry's part of the Cigar Enthusiast Network too, and he has a show on Monday night right here in this same channel. So watch Barry's show. And I noticed last time I watched it, you said something about you're going to start repping for Don Kiki cigars.
Nice.
So,
congratulations, Barry. That's
yeah.
exciting. Very cool.
And I think I can let the cat out of the bag because it's going to happen. But I'm going to have Karen Berger on hopefully this month during National Women's History Month.
Herstory.
Herstory Month.
Her story, not his story. It's herstory month.
Normally I'd be all about that, but I'm so sick and tired of this banning Dr. Seuss and yes, I am a snowflake. I mean, most people would
but they
think
did
I
not
am,
ban.
but this is going too far.
They didn't ban Dr. Seuss. The publisher that makes Dr. Seuss just pulled a couple of their books. No one's banned them. The people that make the Dr. Seuss Foundation that publishes the books pulled like 5 books. That was it.
I think that Sneetches on the beaches, some with stars on thars, and no. How does that go? These have stars, and they have no stars on thars. That is a book about being prejudiced.
Oh, definitely.
And you know how the ones without stars want to get the stars, and the ones with the stars want to get rid of the stars, and they don't like each other because they look different, and the whole thing goes on. The ones with stars end up figuring out how to get rid of them, and then they switch, and then they're still like. Anyway, Dr. Seuss writes a lot of things,
and the Lorax is all about love, taking care of the environment, and
yeah. So it's kind of like. I guess you can get rid of certain things, but there might be greater things that.
If you come to LA and you go to Beverly Hills and you go to Rodeo Drive.
Oh, yeah.
So, on one side of Santa Monica Boulevard in Beverly Hills is Rodeo Drive and all of that. And then on the other side is Beverly Hills, the neighborhood. And one of the first houses just off of Rodeo Drive, in fact, it might even be on Rodeo Drive just in the neighborhood, is Dr. Seuss's house. And it's this really, really crazy house. It's it's all white, kind of stucco. It has a very odd shape. It has all these wonky stained glass windows. Everything's it looks like a cartoon.
Windows.
The house looks like it's
books.
animated. Yeah. It's really cool. And he designed it and lived in it, and now I'm not sure if anyone in his family still lives in it, but someone lives there, and all of us tourists go by and go, "That's Dr. Seuss's house." And
he lives on an alley too. Remember, we could go down the alley so you could see
into the backyard.
Yeah, it's not like one of these Beverly Hills mansions where they have a big.
It's right on the street. There's no front gate. Yeah. You can see the front yard,
and then you can go down the alley and hey, they need to put their cans out. Anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So what were we talking about that I said? Oh yeah, Herstory Month. Anyway, I just had to move her as a guest to the future a little bit, another week or two. But we'll have her on, so I'm really excited, Barry. He's probably got to meet her and everything. Oh, so he's talking about the canceling things too. Today they got rid of Heckle and Jekyll, the crows. What about Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head? What's wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head?
He's not Mr. Potato Head. He's just Potato Head.
Why can't he be a Mr. if he wants to?
They said that adding a gender to a potato was wrong. That a potato doesn't have a gender.
Okay, who are these people? Who are these people that are offended by this? Like,
I just want to know, where can I go to get a collector Mr. Potato Head where one of the parts is a penis that you put into the hole? Right?
I don't know about that. That might be creepy. Potatoes don't have penises.
And would the plastic piece hang down or hang up? That's the real question to ask.
Depends on which way you turn the potato.
I guess you could go either way. It could go either way.
Oh, jeez.
You could put it either way.
Yeah. Okay. What was I going to say? Something about that. We're talking about the Mr. Potato Head. Lost my thought. I'm just having a rough day. Kind of just disorganized and...
No, you're not disorganized. This is going great.
Yeah. Oh, and Heckle and Jekyll.
Heckle and Jekyll.
So they're two black crows. So they're from when I was young.
Are they voiced by...
Might be.
Yeah.
I really hate that they changed my Mrs. Butterworth. I loved opening the cabinet, seeing her standing there like, hi. It's kind of reassuring or something. But I can understand some things. I just think sometimes we go too far and then we're excluding other things that, are too bad.
There is a funny SNL sketch from the Dave Chappelle episode, which I believe was right after the election. And the first sketch that he's in is all the characters that are getting canceled at a corporate meeting. And the Count Chocula is there, and they're trying to cancel him. And he's like, I'm not even black. I'm chocolate. I'm just chocolate, the food, and it's all the different characters. We have to get, and Dave Chappelle's in it. I think he plays himself or something. It's a pretty funny sketch.
Well, we've kind of run into this because we're big Disneyland fans. We've run into this in Disneyland where they took the prostitute out of the pirate ride and replaced her with a female pirate. And I heard that they're going to be making changes to Peter Pan.
What's in Peter Pan?
Well, Tinkerbell gets tied up and kept in a cage. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Also there's Native Americans on the Peter Pan ride.
Oh, true.
You know how you fly to the
there's
ship,
Native Americans exist. Why can't
and they're sitting there playing the drums, and the chief goes, "Ow!" That's probably not so good. And the Jungle Cruise. They're changing some characters on the Jungle Cruise and taking out some jokes, but
it's kind of too bad. But I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't want to offend anybody who thinks it should be done. I just wish that there could be more discussion about it.
Yeah.
I'm discussing maybe why that's not the greatest choice, but it's a choice of the times, and it kind of shows some things that maybe have changed over time. But I don't know. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I just remember being Polish, going to school with a beef tongue sandwich.
Your tongue sandwich.
Oh my God. My mom made the weirdest food, and I had to go to school, and it was a beef tongue sandwich, and she put yellow mustard on it. So she would slice the
yellow
tongue.
Mustard. Oh my.
She would slice the tongue so it looked like this way. So it looked like a piece of tongue on your sandwich.
That's disgusting.
If it ever fell out, people were like, "What the is that?" And it's like, I've been eating it my whole life. I was like, it's beef tongue. I didn't think anything about it. And they're like, what?
All the other kids have a bologna sandwich.
Yeah. So then,
sandwich.
and that's the other thing too. My mom made homemade bread. which now we all would love to have, right? It was really good homemade European bread, but everybody else had like that white bread, Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread, yeah.
And here I have this like stupid, and she cut it really thick. So it was like this, you know.
Tongue. Obviously tongue.
Yeah. And then with mustard, which I don't like yellow mustard. But anyway, yeah. And then she used to make this ham salad too. And it was delicious, but she would take ham and she would grind it in this meat grinder with pickles and.
Okay, but it
looked like raw hamburger.
Wait.
So because I have this reputation of eating weird food, I come with ham salad and everybody's like, "Oh my God, she's eating raw hamburger." It was horrible.
But besides the embarrassment of the sandwich, did it taste good? Did the
ham salad was delicious.
What about the tongue?
No,
it didn't even taste good. You didn't even like the
I don't
flavor?
like any of that weird food that we used to have to eat all the time. I mean, seriously, on Friday, you're like in the neighborhood playing with kids and everybody's like, "We're going home for hot dogs, you know, see you tomorrow," or whatever. And I'm like, "I'm going home to oxtail soup." Now, that's gross because that's okay.
You're going home to
the oxtail. I just cut the bone like that and throw it in a pot.
You're going home to kielbasa and pierogi
with some horseradish on it too.
Pierogi.
Yeah.
Love it.
Although I do like horseradish. Yeah, I think it was actually a genius idea on my mother's part. It was like, make this child look as homely and geeky as possible, and no boy will ever look at it. And it kind of worked for a while. Yeah, until my sister and I started walking to school and rolling up our skirts.
The old walk to school costume change.
Yes, to try and look like kind of more normal. Anyway. So this person said, quit worrying about offending people. People who get offended by amusement park rides and Disney movies from 60 years ago aren't worth worrying about. They're looking to be offended. I think that, Ian said I love oxtail soup. Yikes. Did you grow up eating? Well, I don't know. Okay. Jamaican oxtail and cabbage is fantastic.
Wow.
Now that sounds a little more exciting to me.
Probably has some flavor going on there.
Yeah.
Some spices.
So my mom too used to do this thing, like she had these bones and she would take the marrow out of them and make gravy. Oh, I just don't even know what my insides used to be made out of. God. I mean, that's just the thing, like European countries, Eastern European countries especially, you know, back in the day, they use every part of the animal because, you know, they don't have a lot of money and it's protein. And so I guess you figure out how to cook the tail and then, you know, oh my God. And then there's, my mom used to cook, I think it's called tripe. That is the cow's, it's white. And it's kind of like cartilage. I think it's the cow's, something to do with the stomach or the intestines. What? Like, could you just eat the meat? Like, what happens to the meat? You guys are all eating these weird parts. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, Ian said I love marrow too.
All I know is when we used
to
go to Chicago to visit family.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe some of you that live in the Midwest can relate. Maybe you have family that does this. You get up for breakfast, and breakfast is really like dinner. It's, you know, cheese, potatoes, it's hot meat, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So you have this gigantic breakfast, you know, and then a couple hours later, it's time for lunch, which is heaping sandwiches full of more hot meat, mac and cheese, potatoes, coleslaw, and you've just about had it for the day, but you haven't even gotten to dinner, which, you know, you think is going to be pizza, which is awesome until you realize the pizza is, you know, 8 pounds of meat in a 4-inch pan of dough and cheese, you know, and then what our family would do is it would be 9 o'clock. Everyone's getting ready.
Our family is in me as your mother.
Your family in Chicago when we visit them.
Yeah.
Before we would go to bed they would then present us with a snack, which would be chili or a bowl of mac and cheese. This is like 9 o'clock at night. Hey, do you want a snack before you go to bed? Okay, here's some chili. Here's some mac and cheese. Here's a chili cheese dog. You're like, oh my God, you know how much food I've had today? Yeah, you were never hungry when you were in Chicago.
And I don't know if that's indicative of all people or my Eastern European family, that when we went to Chicago, it just was not a lot of vegetables or fresh vegetables. And I remember this time, too, that we were there before you were born. And my sisters and brothers, like after about 5 days, we were like, there has to be a place with a salad bar around here. We like started, it was before cell phones and everything, but we started calling around and found some place. We were just like, oh my God, let's sneak out here and go get a salad.
Yeah.
So we went to this place, and it's like, they're like lettuce, not fancy lettuce, and then like 6 things you could put on there. But we were just like heaving it on, like vegetables. Yeah.
If you live in Chicago and you go hungry, it's not because there's a lack of food. You just have a lack of resources.
Yeah.
But anyone that says, I can't get a meal in Chicago, well, you're wrong. There's so much food out there, you just aren't looking in the right place, I suppose.
Well, my grandparents ate sausage. My grandfather used to get up in the morning with a bowl full of coffee and take homemade bread, of course, pull it apart, drop it in the coffee, like a bowl of coffee, probably like 2 to 3 cups. You put the bread in there, you get all soggy, and he would eat it.
I thought you were going to say just dunked it in there.
They ate sausage and cheese and all those animal parts. Like, I bet Ian even likes liver.
Wow.
All this stuff. They lived to 102 and 100.
I guess.
I'm going to live forever.
Now we live in the land of avocado toast and kale salads and quinoa smoothies, none of which we consume.
I don't like that either. I do make a smoothie with spinach. I like spinach. I don't like kale, but I like spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. Ian's saying intestines. Oh, is that what tripe is?
Mm-hmm.
I love tripes. Oh, so this is what I've noticed. This is interesting. So I'm Eastern European. I eat these certain foods. I moved to Southern California. I go into the Mexican grocery stores and markets and the butcher, and I look at it. It's very similar. Mm-hmm. So there's tripe, there's cow tongue, there's all kind of the same things.
Yeah.
And I think that probably just goes back culturally. If you study food and culture, it kind of goes back to poorer countries eat the whole part of the animal. They can't afford to just eat the meat or whatever. So but yeah, I have noticed that in the Mexican markets that he says with onions. I love liver with onions. God, yuck. Wow. Okay, well,
here's kind of a joke relating back to last week, my discussion about living in Italy. When I was there, I was enrolled in a university, and I was required to take one course. And I took a course that was about food. So it was a food course in Rome. I mean, safe bet, right?
Right.
The class met twice a week, and all we did was go to a restaurant in the evening, eat together.
That's tough school.
And then the next day in class, we'd get together and talk about it. So, and I was very, I was with a bunch of college kids that were away from home for the first time, and they could all drink legally for the first time. So they were very busy doing that, where I was very busy exploring. I actually shot a travel series while I was there. And probably about halfway through my course, my professor, who's here in Long Beach, he was noticing how much I was doing. And it was one of the days, must have been June. It was their 4th of July, so their Independence Day in Italy. And I shook hands with the president of Italy.
Yeah.
And I went back to class the next day, and everyone was talking about what they did. Bar, club, bar. And I said, I shook hands with the president of Italy at the palace for the Independence Day celebration. And my professor looked at me and he goes, you're no longer required to come to class for the rest of the semester.
Oh my
Just keep
God.
doing whatever you're doing because.
And didn't you just kind of run into him? You were like in the gardens or something. And
Yeah.
you saw all this security and you were like, something must be going on. And there was
Yeah.
like this little sidewalk path and here he comes walking down with his people. And
So their White House, their palace where the government works, is only open one day a year to the public, and that's their Independence Day. And you can get in for free and walk around the gardens, and they have winged horsemen and everything like that.
Oh.
And so I went there for that, and I also went to their military parade, and there are no tourists at these events. It's all locals, you know, and that was one of the things. We were walking around the garden, all these camera crews, all these security, step off the path, step onto the grass, and here comes the president, and he's shaking hands with everybody, having these Italian conversations, and I know no Italian, you know, and so he was on the other side, so I was like, maybe he's just gonna pass by one, and right as he gets just level with me, he turns and comes right over and puts his hand out. I'm like, ciao, grazie. He was probably like, okay, American, move on, you know.
Yeah.
But,
And you got some pictures of it. So
yeah, I was holding my phone, filming it. I shook his hand. I was like,
Yeah.
filmed it. Yeah.
And you smoked cigars the whole time you were in Italy.
Yes. Yeah.
And you,
Yep.
he traveled all around. It was like,
yeah.
because you didn't have class on Friday
Or
Monday. I don't know.
pretty soon I didn't have class any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing so much traveling. You were booking hotels. You were booking trains, buses.
As I was traveling, I would often go somewhere and not have a way to get back, but I was already at the place.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how I was going to get
Yeah.
back, but yeah.
So you went to the island of Capri. You were
Sorrento, which is kind of the beginning of the Amalfi Coast, just outside of.
Amalfi Coast.
If you ever go to Italy and you go to Naples, Naples is really cool, but it doesn't quite take as much time as Rome. So a couple days in Naples, then you can take a train, and that takes you to Pompeii, which is probably a day. And then if you keep going past Pompeii, then you get to Sorrento, which is where Capri is, in the beginning of the Amalfi Coast, and it's really, really beautiful. There's lots of yachts and cigars and seafood and stuff. Yeah.
And that view.
And the view. Yeah, it's all cliffside.
Yeah.
It's all the towns are built on cliffside property. So
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that the whole time you were gone, you were kind of sending us pictures a little bit, but it's hard to the time difference and all that.
Yeah.
But I know you sent a picture of so you took it, it's like the table with
yes.
this feast that you're
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
And
Seafood pastas.
yeah, it was seafood,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's a drink, like an old fashioned or something,
Something, yeah.
and a cigar, and you're just looking out
At water.
yeah,
Water and mountains.
at the
and
ocean.
Yachts.
And
Yeah. Yep.
that was pretty. That's when I was like, oh, that moment right there is worth the whole trip.
Yeah.
Maybe not the werewolf museum.
That was in San Marino. Yeah, that was creepy. Yeah.
San Marino, the country within a country.
It's it's supposedly like the third smallest country in the world, San Marino.
God, I would think it'd be the smallest.
I know it's small.
Hmm.
It's only got one city, San Marino. In it. So
Did you start your second cigar?
I did. I started my Cohiba.
How's that one?
Really good. They were both really good. The Ashton
That's the
cigar was
Cohiba?
really good.
Okay.
It was actually, considering it had a light wrapper on it, it was a little bit more peppery and spicy
Mhm.
than I was expecting, which normally I don't like that, but it was actually the perfect balance for me. And then it kind of smoothed out at the end. It
Okay.
even got a little, maybe I'm making this up, but I almost got a little buttery at the end, it seemed
Mhm.
like, which I love a buttery cigar. Oh my gosh. I love
See, and I like a
buttery cigar.
floral.
Okay.
I like a floral cigar, and they're rare. It's rare to
Really?
get floral
A floral
notes in a
cigar?
cigar, and I really like it. That's why sometimes I smoke things that are wrapped, like a barber pole wrapped with a candela or something.
Mhm.
I like that kind of sweetness. But I was going to say, this cigar is sweeter than I remember it being. Like, right on the inside of my lips,
Mhm.
there's like a little, it's leaving like a little sweetness. It's really creamy. I think if I had to use one word to describe this cigar, there's cream. It's very creamy.
Mhm.
It's light. This would be a good cigar. I mean, it's light, but it has this beautiful flavor.
Okay. Nice.
If you're a person who likes a really stout cigar all the time, you might not like it. But sometimes I like the lighter cigars because you taste, to me, I can taste more notes and flavors.
Yeah.
It's kind of like hot sauce. If
Yeah.
it's too fucking hot, you can't taste it.
Right, it ruins the flavor.
Yeah.
Hot is great,
If
but
it's
it has to
hot,
have flavor.
Now
yeah.
I can taste the flavor of the pepper and all of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this is you can just really taste these things coming and going. There's a lot of oak. The cedar is gone. It was maybe in the beginning a lot of oak. What's really amazing about this cigar is burning really cool. So I'm halfway. I haven't noticed that it's burning hotter at all. Really creamy. Oh my God, I'm just so excited that I have the last, well, now I'm down to 2. The last 2 in the world. One, I'm not going to smoke. I do have a little box where I have collector cigars.
Okay.
I have an Indian motorcycle cigar.
That's cool.
Oh, see, that's probably going to, can't call it that anymore. Anyway, that's what it's called. That's what it says on the band. Indian motorcycle cigar. I have Fratello, which is made by a guy who worked for NASA.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
That's
he
really
decided to design the cigar, and mine is this white labeled one that has little rockets on it. So, I'm totally a space freak.
Yes.
That's something people don't know about me, but I'm a closet space freak. Like I could tell you what a brown dwarf is. I could tell you the life cycle of a star. You could too. Anyway, I'm kind of a space freak, and so I'm not going to smoke that one. Well, I can order it again, but that one's in there. I have a Headless Horseman.
That's cool.
I think it was by Ezra Zion. Headless Horseman cigar.
Okay.
I'm going to put one of these because it's so rare. I'm trying to think of what else I have in there. Oh, I have 2 of the Arturo Fuente vintage pinks.
What about those ones that are designed with the animals on it?
Oh, and I have one of those. Yeah, it was like
you gave me one that has an alligator on it.
Yeah, and mine has an orca whale.
That's cool.
With candela and regular, like a Maduro or darker wrapper.
You know what I saw online really quick, but it has to do with this cigar, is how you go to a coffee shop and they make those beautiful designs in your,
Yeah.
There are breweries now that they pour your beer and the foam's on top and they put it in this machine and it takes a picture of you and it prints your face in the foam of the beer and then they hand it to you.
What?
Yeah. I just saw it on someone posted on Facebook.
But then you couldn't drink it. See, I would want to save that forever.
Your beer, it's gonna go flat and then it will be gone.
I'm kind of a pirate.
It's not art that lasts. It's beer foam art. It's not gonna last longer.
I have so much stuff. See, I couldn't drink it. I want to save it.
What was that funny thing you were keeping that was...
That piece of chocolate in Disneyland.
Okay, you know how you get a
fancy dessert, and on the top was a little tiny piece of chocolate, probably the size of a quarter.
You know how they put those really thin pieces of chocolate that say like happy birthday or have a picture on it? It was one of those really thin pieces of chocolate.
It was really intricate. It had a picture of something on it. Like
it was for the electrical light parade.
Oh, yeah.
And so she went ahead and kept a thin, tiny piece of chocolate for the evening that she was going to take home. And she put it in a napkin and put it in her purse.
I still have it.
Do you really? It hasn't melted?
I have at least 100 drawers in my studio room that are just full of stuff like that.
Random things.
Things I find on the street.
What do you guys collect? Any odd things?
Yeah.
And not like obvious stuff like...
Oh, here's something cigar related. I started collecting old lighters.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Amy, will you do me a favor and go get that? It's in the right when you come out of the kitchen, look to the right, and I've got this wooden thing hanging on the wall, and on top is a little gold genie, like a genie looking lighter.
If you come sit in and be a part of the live studio audience here, you might get employed to do a task too.
Yeah, Amy, can you make dinner?
You also end up being a production assistant. It's really great.
Mm-hmm. I need more booze in there.
It's free to get in. But you have to help us in some way.
Lone Cigar said, "When I think about you, I sip myself."
Oh my.
Is that like the song, "When I think about you, I touch myself"? I don't know.
What does sip yourself mean? Is that something I don't know? Is that
I don't know. Maybe he'll explain. I'm sure it's a compliment. He put laugh out loud. Cigar Adventurer is on here.
Hey,
Yay.
how's it going?
Yay. He said some chicken feet and hearts. You got it. Okay, and remember the gizzard? Like when you make a chicken or a turkey
I'm not getting in the camera.
and you
Get me.
pull the innards out. Oh my God.
Hey.
Like my brothers and sisters used to fight over who got to have the gizzard.
Ugh.
I don't even know what a gizzard is.
Isn't it the neck?
No.
Oh, it's
I
this
think
part?
It's two little things that basically look like
I think it's in here.
Like between the chest and the throat, maybe?
it's
kind of
two
area?
little things
Yeah,
connected.
they're like
It's kind of
little balls.
thin in the middle. They look like balls. See?
and they crunchy.
They have little wrinkles in
They're
them. They look
bristly.
exactly like
They're like
balls.
bristly. I could never eat
Wait.
them because of the way they looked.
I'm so glad you said that, Amy. I'm not the only one
When
that
you,
thinks.
when you talk about gizzards, I sit myself.
Wow. Yeah, this went downhill fast.
Oh boy. This is what happens when we go over on time. People's
Did we go over on
minds
time?
start to wander.
We can talk however the hell.
Well, yeah.
Oh, we are a little over. Okay, so this is the lighter that I got. Isn't it neat? So it's a table lighter. And I think I've figured out how to do everything. It's just not, I don't have any fluid in it, but it does spark. So it works. I just think it's so neat. So this is what I'm starting to collect.
That's cool. That's a cool
Old
thing to
lighters,
collect.
so-
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anybody comes across old cool lighters, I mean, kind of looks like a genie lamp. Like if you rub
Yeah.
it, get some wishes.
Alakazam.
It might sip itself.
When I rub my genie lamp, I sip myself.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Lone Cigar said, think about the tune. Beer with your face. Come on now. What the?
What did they say about? I
He
missed it.
said, so he said, when I think about you, I sip myself.
Okay,
LOL.
right.
And we were like, what does that mean?
Right.
He said, think about the tune. I don't know the tune. Think about the tune. Beer with your face. Come on now.
Beer with
I know
your
he
face?
doesn't like us making it dirty. That's just me. I can't help it. It's all those years of being a geek in school. I have a dirty mind. Okay, Catholic school, I might add.
Too much repression, I guess,
Oh my
you led
gosh, Catholic school.
to. See, sometimes you can keep kids from misbehaving too much, and then they're bound to misbehave when they grow old.
Catholic school is where I first chewed snus.
Wow.
I got dared, some of the guys were like, you'd never do it. That's just, you don't say that to me. Now it's a challenge. Now I'm going to do it. And so I chewed it, and they made me, it was like, you have to keep it in your mouth for a certain amount of time, which I did. And then I was just acting really casual. I got to get back to class or whatever. And they wandered off, and I went around the corner and threw up.
Nice.
So nasty.
Okay, do you want to know what gizzards are called?
Yes, tell us about gizzards.
We have a fact check.
Gizzard in many birds, the hind part of the stomach, especially modified for grinding food.
seed balls.
Located between the sac-like crop and the intestine.
Located between the
Sack-like
sac-like crop
And the intestine.
and the intestine.
The gizzard has a thick,
It's
muscular
balls.
wall that may contain small stones.
It's chicken balls.
Ew,
Which
small
is why
stones.
it's all crackly and
Yuck.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I understand that there was a period in history
And they're
where...
chewy. Have you ever eaten
Yeah.
a gizzard?
Oh, God, no.
No, they're like,
Yeah,
it's like gum or
bristle.
something.
They're like
Oh,
they bristle.
And I understand there was a point in history when people had to eat that stuff
Yeah.
because you had to eat
But
everything
now
on it.
you
But
do
now you
not.
don't. You don't have to eat that
No,
stuff.
now I
There's
can give
plenty
you,
of the good stuff to
yes.
eat. You don't have to eat the bad stuff
Oh my
anymore. Cut it
gosh.
out.
It says the gizzard is why chicken don't need teeth.
Oh,
Part
so that like
the
grinds up
food.
their food.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gross.
Okay, Lone Cigar said, ugh, never mind. I'll explain it to you later. I'm sorry for frustrating him.
Aw,
Okay.
don't leave us, Lone Cigar.
Don't leave us. Yeah, we'll shape up. We'll show you. Think about the tune, beer with your face. I sip myself. When I think of you, I sip myself. See? Sip. Okay. Thanks.
Did we really talk about cigar stuff tonight? Kind of, yeah, we did.
We
Okay,
talked about
did,
how
okay.
these taste. Look at the ash.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, baby.
So, okay, question for you or other people out there. Are there other cigars that are paired with motor vehicles or motorcycles? Or, I mean, does Ferrari have a cigar? Does
Ferrari doesn't, but there is
Porsche,
another one.
Lamborghini, they got it. Oh, doesn't Oh, no. Bentley might have a cigar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone just comment and answer to our question?
Do you know the tune? When I
we're back to that.
Okay, we're gonna get this figured out, Lone Cigar. You just keep talking to us. Do you know the tune? When I think about you, I touch myself. Yeah. It's like an 80s tune. Okay. Yeah. That's what I said. It's kind of like that song.
Can you tell my dad to turn on
When I
the
think
phone?
about you,
Thank you.
oh yes, I touch myself, and yeah, it's getting dark,
We look like ghosts.
and there's lots of sirens in the background. We live right by a hospital, so
Yes.
yeah. So that's the tune.
We
When I
live
think
right
of
by
you,
a
I
hospital.
touch myself. So he was trying to be nice and say, because in that song it doesn't say where that person touches themselves.
Well, I think he was relating to the beer comment that his face is on the beer. And so he sips the beer, he's
Yes.
sipping himself. It wasn't a dirty
Okay.
joke. It was totally topical.
Now we
It was
get
completely
it. It was
topical.
about the beer with your face in it.
Got it,
When
got it,
I
got it, got it,
think
got it,
about
got it, got it,
you-
got it, got it, got it.
Yeah, see, he just said your kid mentioned the beer foam with your face on it. Okay.
Okay, we understand, Lone
We
Cigar.
just turned
got
it into something raunchy.
We were the ones with the dirty
it's
minds,
just a
not
lot
you.
more fun. I know.
I'm sorry we ever doubted you and blamed you.
We're, in all fairness to Lone Cigar, we're new friends. So he doesn't know about my.
He's just figured it out.
He doesn't know how,
He now knows how you
put
think.
it out there, I'm going to drop it down. It's just going to drop a couple levels. And I'm trying to be good on this show, but just lost my ash trying to take the band off. See, now I'm taking the band off, Gibson, because now it's getting
Yay.
down there low enough. Yeah, my kid's name is Gibson, like the cigar.
Like the cigar.
I mean, like the guitar.
I'm like, wait, I need some Gibson
I'm
cigars. Well,
thinking
that
no, like the guitar.
like the guitar.
And which is really odd because we had all these name possibilities, went with Gibson, and Tage is his middle name, which is Danish, and his last name starts with an R, and so it was kind of weird that
I'm named after a guitar, and my initials are GTR.
well, somebody just brought that up to us after you were born. They were like, they said, "What's his name?" And we told them your name, and they were like, "Gibson, like the guitar?" And we were like, "No, just Gibson, like the name Gibson." And they were like, "Well, his initials are GTR." And I was like, "Well, his dad's a drummer, so I don't think he'd ever name
No.
you after a cigar."
I was also
guitar.
born the year that Braveheart came out, so Mel Gibson stars in Braveheart. And we used to say Mel Gibson, and then he kind of had that.
Oh
whole,
yeah, you can't talk about
so,
Mel Gibson anymore.
So
either.
now we just stick with the guitar
yeah,
comparison,
the guitar story.
not the Mel Gibson.
It's true. I saw Braveheart while I was like massively pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw Tears for Fears. We went to the Tears for Fears concert when I was massively pregnant, and that was really weird. Both times when I was in the Braveheart movie, at loud parts, you were just like moving all around and kicking. And same thing at the Tears for Fears. Oh my God! At the Tears for Fears concert, we were up in the balcony, in the first row of the balcony, looking down on them. And the bass was so crazy in the balcony. It was like going like in the seat. And you were just going crazy.
It's a good thing it didn't put you into labor or
I
something.
know. I think it like I look
Boy,
back
what
on
a
it
place
now.
to have a kid in the middle of a Tears for Fears concert.
Oh my God, that would be so cool.
Where were you born? At a Tears
Tears
for Fears concert.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a great band. Yeah. Okay, Lone Cigar said thank you.
We've cleared his name.
We finally figured it out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We will figure stuff out. It just takes both of us a while. We got to
It really
talk through it.
does. Yeah. We still have 6 people here, so we're just going to keep going. I'm drinking. How are you? You still have beer? You keep filling yours up.
I just refilled mine.
I just refilled mine. This is really good with this because of the creaminess of the cigar. I've frozen raspberries I put in the Prosecco. And so the raspberry and the cream is really nice. Yeah, really good. And still, I have to say, Cigar Adventure says he's smoking a CAO flathead. That's yummy. I need to relight my cigar, though. I end up talking too much, and then it goes out. You know what I mean? I need to get rid of some of that. It's just amazing to me that this, you know how a lot of times your cigars burn hotter towards the end, and they just, I think they get kind of stronger and different notes come out because they're burning hotter. This one just is staying the same. It's super consistent. Yeah. I guess I should pick a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I never paired it with a movie.
Uh-oh. What's a movie that a lot of Bugatti cars are in?
You know what? I already picked the movie.
Oh, okay.
I know the movie. I'm thinking of the name. I'm having a hard time today. The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Because when I watch The Breakfast Club, I'm like, that movie's about me. I spent every day in detention in my entire Catholic school life. And that's the consistency. And it was kind of fun. Like, we just hung out. I was the secretary. I didn't take notes.
And then there's a basketball thing called the Breakfast Club, too.
There is?
Isn't there? That was like Michael Jordan and some players got together like every Saturday morning and had breakfast and played basketball. And probably
named after that movie, The Breakfast Club, because The Breakfast Club was full of actors who were all about the same age.
Yeah.
So they're like...
they probably smoked cigars, too, after they were done playing.
They probably smoke cigars now, The Breakfast Club. They're probably like, damn, like, why didn't I think of smoking cigars in detention? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I was in Arizona, Nevada over the weekend, and they have drive-through smoke shops. So smoke shops where you can just pull up and...
In Arizona?
Yeah.
I do in Washington.
Is that because of COVID, or do you think they always have?
No, they're built like that.
Oh.
Drive-through,
Well, that's kind of cool. I like it.
Do you know that...
Why does this say hide? Somebody's trying to hide here.
No, you, I think, just put up a comment on the screen.
I did?
Yeah, see, Lone Cigar is on the screen, but it's one of his comments from earlier.
Oh.
So now, if you hover over the comment... I just highlighted it. See, yeah, so now click hide and it will go away.
Oh, no, I don't want to hide his comment.
Oh, okay. No. She's learning the technology.
Oh, geez.
Yay!
Look at how dark it is.
It's really dark. It's really dark.
It's so dark. We look like
ghosts. People.
I know, and I'm wearing all white. Yeah. And look at how white we look. And we even have a ring light with some warm color shining at us. And it's so dark and still windy and cold as hell. Yeah. But I'm almost done with my cigar.
In the middle of the summer when you do this show, it'll look like you're sitting here in the middle of the day.
I'm going to have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, it doesn't get darker till like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night in the middle of the summer. Yes.
Yeah. It's true. That might be nicer. But there's times when it's going to be really hot, too. I'm going to have to do the show in my bathing suit.
Not your birthday suit. Your bathing
I didn't say
suit.
Birthday suit.
I'm just clearing it for the people. But imagine how many views you'll get on a birthday suit or bathing suit stream.
Oh, I'm sure even the bathing suit. Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of comments on that one.
Yeah. The Breakfast Club was the first Friends. Yeah. Yeah, it was all these actors. They were kind of friends. They were the same age.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, Martin. His son, Martin Sheen's son. Yeah, so these kids were just all kind of the same age, and they were in that movie, and then they've just kind of always been referred to as the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised you like that movie. You don't normally like those type of movies.
It's the movie of my life. I mean, it's like, isn't there a song like, strumming my pain with his fingers. You know, he's playing a song, singing my life with his song. Well, that's telling my life with their movie. But it's just really, I could relate to it. It's just
That's
this
cool.
consistent thing. You know, they're always in trouble. They have this detention club. The same thing with me. You know, it was kind of like this cigar.
That's
Yeah.
cool. The movie I relate to actually just came out on Netflix last year, and it stars Eddie Murphy, and it's called Dolomite Is My Name, and it's about that guy, and it's about how he made movies, like, literally with, like, construction lights, and, like, everyone had to work for free and stuff, like his first movies.
That's
I'm like,
kinda
yeah,
cool,
that sounds
though.
familiar.
Yeah. Killing Me Softly is the name of the song, Ian said. And it's actually probably one of my top 5 songs. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Ian's really smart. I don't know if we have to have
He
Ian
is.
on every show or not have him on at all, because he makes us look less smart.
So Ian is like a wine sommelier.
Oh, cool.
He
Nice.
imports and sells wine, and he can
Okay.
tell you all about wine.
And where is
Um,
Ian? Do we know where he's?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio. Okay, a little closer to us. A little
Yeah.
closer than the East Coast. That's cool.
San Antonio, Texas.
Is San Antonio, Texas the place where they have, like, the waterways through the downtown?
That's where the Alamo is.
That's cool. I want
Remember
to.
the Alamo.
That's cool. That was got to be a cool
Yeah,
place
I'd
to
love
live.
to see the Alamo. I saw
Yeah.
a friend went down there and went to the Alamo
Cool.
and posted pictures on Facebook, and I
That'd
was
be-
like, I'd really like to see that.
That'd be a fun trip.
Yeah.
San Antonio, Texas. Yeah. I'd go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he also is a published writer. I
Wow.
found out because I
Okay.
watched his show.
It's all starting to
He
make
does
sense.
a show with it's Gold Coast Gentleman and Gold Goots.
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 I like that.
That's his name. His last name is Gutierrez.
Okay.
And so he goes by Gold Goots because the other guy's Gold Coast Gentleman. So it's just kind of a joke. But
Yes, I got it.
and Lone Cigar does all their
Okay.
publicity too. So see, we're like in this little group.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, when I watched their show last time, he said he's also published. That he used to write
Wow. That's
for
cool.
food magazines
Okay.
and wine
magazines,
articles.
okay.
And
Very cool.
he's really smart, and he knows it. He knows he's smart. Yeah.
Man, so he must know some great cigars, and especially what cigars to pair with wine,
He's been smoking.
which we would not know because we're not wine drinkers. So he would be the expert.
He's been
for wine
smoking a long
pairing.
time. He said he's been smoking since he was 15.
Wow, my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't know how old he is, but still, that's cool. Starting young.
Cigar Adventurer said, "You're correct, Gibson. It's the River Walk that goes through downtown.
The River
in,
Walk, okay.
San Antonio. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard that's really cool.
I would love
too.
to see that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure there's a lot of places I'd go to in Texas, but San Antonio sounds like it'd be fun. I would
That's
go
my
to San
kid.
Antonio.
yeah, I'm a little nervous about Texas, but
Yeah.
it's getting a little more.
I guess Austin has a big film festival too.
Oh,
so.
we should go to that.
Yeah.
I want to start going around to the film festivals, like
Yeah.
Toronto. I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, the Austin Film Festival. I think it's.
Oh my
fairly
God, that
large.
would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he's not on because he's not commenting. He said no, Austin is better. Better to go to Austin than
Better to
San Antonio. That's where you said the film festival is.
Is
Austin.
in Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to be a really kind of like an art mecca or an art town.
Yeah.
In Austin, and we'd be safe there. I wouldn't get stoned or anything. I mean, stoned like to death,
Right.
not stoned as in
Right.
pot. Yeah.
It's probably relatively liberal, and it's okay if you don't go to church.
Ian said Austin sucks. Oh my God, that's
Oh
funny.
no!
Yeah, he's
Now we don't know where to go.
so now there's some rivalry between
Austin
San
and San
Antonio
Antonio.
and Austin. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. South by Southwest.
South by
is
Southwest,
the name of the
yeah.
festival.
And I think I'm
Oh.
not sure that's just a film festival. I think they have a
Art.
conglomerate, but I think
Uh-huh.
they really focus on the film and stuff like
Mm.
that. But there's art and music, big music and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
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 and
that
do
would
they
be-
still produce Austin City Limits? Is that still?
Oh boy, I don't know.
I wonder.
I mean, I know it's on. I know that you can find it.
but do they make new?
Yeah, that I don't
Is it
know.
still? That'd be.
But
cool.
I mean, I've watched that for years. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I'm not
Yeah.
really They don't always have country. I mean, sometimes they have rock, but I'm not a country music fan.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes they do
But
change
yeah.
it up sometimes.
But-
yeah.
But also I think it's like when I was in New Orleans. I'm not a big jazz fan, and when I was in New Orleans, it was great to hear the jazz because it's part of the culture and it's part of why you're there. And
Yeah, sure.
So it'd probably be the same thing if I was in Texas listening to cowboy music, kind of.
I guess.
What do you call it? Country.
You know what? If you went to a bar in
Hey, I kissed that girl's dog, and she's a country singer. Isn't she kind of country?
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
She kissed her dog.
I did not kiss
She
her
does
dog.
not like dogs, and she freaking got, because she was somebody, she kissed
I
the
didn't even
dog.
know who she was. We were in the LAX coming back from, this is when we lived in Oregon and we were down here on a trip to Hollywood, and we were in LAX and we were checking in our bags. And I'm always nervous about checking my bag because when I travel, I take everything. Like I want outfits, accessories, I want options. So I just take it all. And I'm always worried my bag's going to weigh more than 50 pounds. So we were checking into LAX, and I didn't even notice the girl. There was this girl standing up at the desk in a blue dress with all this entourage or something.
Yeah.
And you and your dad were like, "Oh my God, it's Carrie Underwood. It's Carrie." I'm like, "Who is that?" And they're like, "She's from."
This was a long time ago, so she was really only known from American Idol at that point.
But she was big. at
She
that
was
point.
big,
Yeah,
but she wasn't like
yeah.
as big as she is
But
now.
they're like,
even,
she's from American Idol. And I'm like, so what? Anyway, so we went up there, and I'm standing literally right next to her. And I don't even remember that she had a dog. So you saying I kissed her dog is BS.
Because it's something you would never do, and I think you did it out of like awkwardness, and
I did not.
You've blocked it. You've blocked it
I
because
did
you're like, I would
not.
never kiss a dog.
No.
And when you did it, we were all like,
Oh my God, this is
You-
such a lie.
because she was like holding, and you're like, oh, and we were like, oh my
When
god.
do I ever go?
I know, that's why it was so weird. It was so out of character because I think the situation was kind of
what I
awkward.
did is I was standing literally right next to
I
her,
think
and I couldn't see the scale. They put my bag on the scale, and I'm looking. 'cause
Carrie Underwood was
you know
in
how it
your
goes
way.
like 48, 52, 48, 49, 51. It goes up and down, and then boom, it lands like it's like blackjack or something.
Yeah.
So
like
anyway,
little
I
fortune.
was leaning over. I was practically leaning into her, and I was like, "Oh my God, please be under 50 pounds." And so then she leaned into me, and she was like, and then it came out, it was like 49.8 or something. She was like, "Oh my God, you did it!" And I was like, "Yay!" And that was the only exchange.
No,
I
no,
don't I would never
No.
kiss her dog.
That's why it was so shocking that you did it.
No.
She had like
to Carrie Underwood, asked her if she remembers.
she had like the classic like Paris Hilton kind of little white yappy little
Yeah.
dog under her arm.
Under her arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
even
Chihuahua,
remember
but
it.
it was a little white dog.
It was kind of funny because she was there with her entourage, and the ticket lady was saying, "We don't have a reservation for you."
They were having a hard time getting on their plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I got mine. See ya, hun." Right? I mean, there's Carrie Underwood. See how nobody cared? They couldn't even get her on the plane.
Yeah, well, she was not flying private yet, so that also says that she was still flying
Yeah.
with the rest of us.
I should have taken her first class seat.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like this after that.
Right, because you kissed her dog.
No, I
Yeah,
did
because
not.
you were kind of like, oh, like, and she even was so close to you, and you're like, oh, and she kind of like leaned into you almost a little bit as you were
Oh,
playing
yeah.
it, and then you
We
just
were
went like
touching.
like on its little head. It might have been an air kiss, but you definitely were like, "Mwah," and we were like, my dad and I were like,
No.
did she just touch
No.
and kiss a dog? Because that's
He's
like
lying.
I believe Gibbs.
I'm gonna tell stories about you. That's not true. That did not happen. I know you like to make. You're a storyteller.
I'm telling the story accurately.
It's not true.
When I get a dog, you have to kiss it.
It was funny because our viewership went down a little bit, so I was like,
Mhm.
okay, we can
And now
now
it's
it's back
back
up to
up.
where it was.
The people who missed the show were like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch it now." Hey, oh my God, they're still live.
Yeah, you guys have to leave because we're not gonna stop.
It's a really sad thing that cigar enthusiasts told me that I can talk however long I want.
He was wrong
So
to say
it
that.
does.
Cut off at 3 hours.
YouTube shuts you down at an hour. Facebook will let you talk. Like, we can be here all night.
The problem for him is that he also wants to repost these so that other people that can't catch it live can watch it again. And he wants to put them on Instagram, and Instagram only lets a video be an hour, so he has to edit out
All of this.
all of this.
all
Or-
of this overage, like blah 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 blah. That's what he's gonna edit out.
He's gonna start making us.
I
do
haven't
it,
seen
like-
him on here. He said he was gonna jump on and give me crap.
Yeah, I know. We're going rogue.
Ian said yes. ACL is still going. What's
It
this?
is Austin City Limits.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. So that'd be
Okay.
fun to one thing to do there. Go to a taping of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's really touristy.
We've
but we're
been on
tourists after
the what shows have we been on?
all. Jimmy Kimmel a
Mhm.
couple of times.
Mhm.
I've been to Steve Harvey when he was here in LA. We went to we saw a taping of Conan O'Brien on his current TBS show, but we also took a tour of his studio when he was that 1 year, that 9-month period when he took over for Jay Leno.
Yeah.
We went
Tonight
to
Show.
Universal and we got to go on his set, see the desk and everything like that.
The desk that drives. Remember that? He would drive his desk.
Yeah.
He and Andy. All that stuff would be going on in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know. I don't think we've been on any other shows.
Well, this show is free to be on, and so please join. Please join each week.
Yes.
Um,
And please comment stuff too, because
Yeah,
we'll talk
we
about
love
whatever
it.
you want to talk, especially on a week where we don't have an agenda too, like this. We're
oh,
willing to
so
talk
Cigar
about it.
Adventure said you're still on both live, so we
Woohoo!
haven't been kicked off of.
I'm pretty sure we were
Yeah.
told we can go like 3
I think
hours.
it's because
which
our
we
show
won't
is so
do, but
good. Like, it's like a train wreck or a car wreck.
You can't
You
stop
just
watching
can't
it,
peel your eyes away. It's like, this is so weird. I can't peel my eyes away, kind of. Look at this bottle. Look at this bottle of Prosecco. Is that beautiful or what?
Very shiny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We were having a conversation the other day about how when you buy stuff at the store, people are starting to like make bigger packages and less product. Like you'll buy a tub
Yeah.
of guacamole and it's like, or whatever. And one of the things that came up was wine bottles
What?
and how they have the.
So Ian knows about wine. Let's see.
Okay, so let's see if I'm right. So whoever was in the conversation, they were saying, yeah, and they put the little things at the bottom of
Oh
wine
yeah,
bottles.
that has one.
And I said,
How far
that's
does it go
that's
up?
there for a reason. But I couldn't remember what the reason was.
It takes up space.
I think it's so that they can, in a box,
Absolute-
in a crate, they can put the
Oh.
bottles of wine can sit on each other.
Okay, so
Right?
either it's because they can stack them and they're more secure,
That.
or it's because they're jipping us.
No, it's not. There's a
Which
reason.
is it, Ian?
Oh,
What-
and you know what the other reason is? It's the server at a restaurant they're supposed to put their thumb up in the bottle and their hand, and then they pour it like that into your glass.
Oh my God, we're going south again.
So there's
Oh, I
two
see.
reasons for the
So
indent.
pour some in there while you're doing
Right.
it.
So instead of going like, you're supposed
Here,
to be
I'll
like,
hold it up so they
would you
can-
like some more beverage?
Yes, I would. I'll tell you when. That's when.
Very good, madame. Please enjoy.
Ooh.
We have moist towelettes
Look
coming
at
by
it
your
all
table
in
shortly.
the ring light. I can totally see the little bubbles.
Ian, are we correct on either of those
I don't-
things, or is
he
it
said it's called a punt.
a punt? And Ian, what
Oh
is
my
what
God.
what punt?
This is gonna go south.
Ian, what does the punt do? Why is it there? Is it for stacking? Is it for
It's
easy
putting
pouring?
your thumb in it.
You got to put your thumb deep in that punt. Oops, sorry. Can you get your fist in the punt? How many fingers can you get in the punt?
God.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting for Ian's actual answer on what the punt is for. There we go. I think it just kicked through.
He said, it's blown.
Oh, no! What does it say? Come on now.
It's tradition now, he said. Now his other comment went away. Look. It's blown glass.
Okay.
Yeah, they blow glass.
They blow the punt.
The glass really likes it. That was kicked in the bottom so the bottle could sit flat on the table.
Flat on the table? Well, why does it need to be 2 inches deep?
So if
Come on.
there wasn't a punt in the bottle of
Well, what about a beer bottle?
It would be floppy on the
A beer
table.
bottle's not floppy on a table and it doesn't have a
Or
punt.
a pop bottle.
Yeah.
Or
Your can does.
he just says it's tradition. So.
Okay, all right. We'll accept tradition.
Your can has a shallow.
Do you think there's a person who trains the waiters how to put their thumb in the punt? correctly?
Absolutely. Put your thumb in more, pull your thumb out.
What if you have small hands?
What about if you have small hands? Like
Yeah.
like Donald
Or a
Trump.
really big thumb.
Like if you had tiny baby
What if your
hands,
thumb's
how
so
would
big you can't use the punt that way?
I don't think you could have a thumb that big.
Every time I go to a restaurant now and order wine, I'm going to watch and see what they do with their hands.
Well, now there's lots of people that'll pour it incorrectly. You know you're at a classy place when they put their thumb up in the punt.
I know, that sounds so classy. I'm just going to have to try.
We were in Beverly Hills last night and we had a beautiful bottle of wine and she put her thumb all the way in the punt.
Oh my God. I'm going to have a raspberry in my nose. Okay. So he's not saying anything else.
I know. He's done with us
He's
because
done with us.
we're making fun of the...
Him and Lone Cigar are like,
See,
See,
we
we're
did.
down
We
to
lost
5.
two. Oh, we got another person though. Okay.
okay, if you're just joining.
Oh, we got another one.
2 more people.
We're
This is
never
great.
gonna end. The more people that get on
we're
here,
just
we're
gonna
never
keep
gonna
talking
end.
about all kinds of stuff, and it's getting.
And our live audience is laughing along,
Yeah.
even though we're probably
Uh-huh.
not funny. She's just supporting us blindly and laughing.
I'm
so
gonna have
now
to start
we'll
another
never be
cigar
done.
because look at I'm down to.
We'll never be done. You're down.
I'm down to the nub. That's called the nub.
You had all that ash, and now you just have nub.
I just love ash.
What's your nub to ash ratio on that cigar?
Well,
Is there more nub or more
1
ash?
1 to 4. There's more nub.
More nub than
Yeah.
ash.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to something not inappropriate.
Okay, Lone Cigar said, oh, here's a couple people. Brian, my hermit life. Oh, hi. It's for a collection of sediment, if there's any. Oh, see, now we're getting different.
Rival answers.
Yes.
Sediment. Okay. All right.
Ian said, yes, the punt is now useful for pouring the wine.
Thumb in
Thumb
punt.
in the punt.
Thumb in the punt. Put your thumb in the punt.
That could be a song.
It's my thumb in a punt. We need to get Justin Timberlake on this.
Yeah, the thumb in the punt. That's a new one.
Anniversary. Thumb in the punt. Valentine's Day. Thumb in the punt. It's your birthday. Thumb in the punt. Because you know I'm always gonna put my thumb in your punt.
Oh, Lone Cigar said, you have to buy them a drink afterwards.
Oh my god. It is polite, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it maybe serves double.
A magnitude of purposes.
It's double fun. It can collect
It's double fun.
it can collect sediment.
It's fun for the person watching and the person pouring.
Yeah. Do you think they have to wash their thumb after they
They're walking. Can you take? No, I have to wash my hand. I just put my thumb in a punt.
I'd shake your hand, but my thumb was just
in
a
someone's
punt.
punt. Yeah.
Not someone's.
Someone's bottle of wine. It's
Yeah,
someone's
okay.
punt. Yeah.
That's true. Wow.
They have several table.
So you know
Yeah.
how there's
Several
there's
parts,
this
right.
fancy thing. I'm not a wine person. I'm like really tacky when it comes to wine. But I know, there's this whole thing where they bring it to the table.
Yes.
They pour a little in the glass and then you pick it up and you don't hold the glass like I am, but that's how I like to do it. Anyway, and then you go like this and you look at the legs.
Ian's currently laughing hysterically.
No, this
at
is
it.
all true.
Okay.
You look at the leg, you swivel it, and then you watch it, and the little things running down are called legs.
Okay.
And the more of those, I believe, the sweeter the wine.
Ah.
The closer together they are, the sweeter the wine.
And now,
And then you're supposed to smell it, and then you're supposed to put it in your mouth.
at a very fancy winery, is it customary to have half a bag of raspberries in your wine?
Probably
Or
not.
is that usually not done?
Probably not in your Prosecco, no. Anyway, you go through all that. I wonder
Yes.
if there's something you're supposed to say to them about the punt. How deep is the punt? Does the deepness of the punt affect the quality of the wine?
I would have no idea.
Yeah. Do you have to buy them a drink afterwards? I think that would be required.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
That's a pretty personal experience to have
Yeah.
someone,
put their thumb in your punt. I think
Yeah.
if they do that, they
The
deserve
question is, when they go home
a drink
after
and maybe even a cigar or a cigarette after that.
when they go home after a long night, putting their thumb in punts,
And how many?
and they open their own bottle, do they do it for themselves? Do they put their thumb
I would
in
say
their
no.
own
I'd
punt?
say they're like, I'm
They just pour it
so
regular.
tired of putting my thumb in people's punts that I'm just gonna pour this. I'm just gonna pour this in the glass, and
Yeah.
I need to drink. Okay, questions, comments. We ended with Lone Cigar saying, "Do you have to buy them a drink afterwards?" We answered it, so come on, more questions. Ian said, "Brian, what's up, brother?" Ian's not talking to us.
people
Yeah.
just start talking to other people in the chat, not to us.
Yes,
and
he's
we're
talking
just
to
sitting
other
here.
people now. Yeah, Brian is my hermit life.
I think someone popped up there with something
Oh.
to say.
Cigar adventure. I heard you can throw some cheap wine in a blender to make it taste better. Really? Like you blend it and then it what?
Just alone with, or not with ice or anything?
No, he just said you can
Huh.
throw cheap wine in a blender. Maybe it makes
Aerates it.
aerates it, gets
Mm.
oxygen in it. Because you know how you let wine breathe? There must be something about the oxygen getting into the wine. This is
Mhm.
so good too. This Prosecco is so good. What kind is it?
Have you drank that whole bottle?
I'm
Yes.
working on it, but look at how much is in my glass.
Hey, Ian, too, if you're still there, Ian, we'd love to know the name of either a place that you
I
have
can't
or
read
a
the
place
name.
you go to. One of your favorite. Does he work at a wine place?
I don't know. I know that he imports wine.
Okay.
And
So either if you have a
distributes it.
store or you have a wine bar, or maybe if you don't, just a place that you go to that's really good that we could shout out.
So
Let us know.
Ian said it's bad form though.
Well, to put your wine in a blender, yeah.
Oh, to put your wine in
Yeah.
a blender. Yeah. Hey, come over for dinner. Go ahead and get seated. I'm just gonna put the wine in a blender.
Or like tableside guac, they bring the bottle out and
Yeah.
there's your wine.
Table side blended wine. That yeah. Now it's like a beer or something. It's probably all foamy. But you know, if it's cheap wine, you can't hurt it.
Well, wine isn't sparkling. I mean, it would be foamy if it's sparkling.
It's not carbonated, right?
I see. But don't you think if you whipped it in a blender, it would still be foamy or bubbly or?
I don't know.
I don't know. So Cigar Adventure said, not if you properly punt it.
Has to be
Into the
properly
blender.
punted. That's right.
I'm so intrigued by this punt thing. I've never heard of it before.
Punt, punt, punt.
And this is why it's nice to have Ian on here, like educating us.
Education from Ian.
I mean, we need some class. And so
Yeah.
now I can go when I order wine in a
When
restaurant.
Ian starts chatting with
I'll
other
be like,
people,
hey, put your thumb in my punt.
you uncultured swine.
Damn. I came here just for that.
Next time we go to Morongo, we're getting a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, next time we go to the spa, we'll get a bottle of wine and
See
check out the punting
how
action.
how it is. And then if they don't do it, you can teach them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm spending when we go there, it's an expensive dinner. It's $150. I want a thumb in my punt.
Have to. Part of the experience.
Lone Cigar said nothing more classy than thumbing a punt.
Nothing more classic.
So I think I need to try it. I want to see what it feels like.
Here we go.
Okay, I have nails.
That's got to make it more challenging.
Okay, but I got it. I got it right here. Yeah, the nails is. It's kind of like when I had COVID and I had to use that thing to check the oxygen in my blood. I couldn't get my thumb in there far enough because of my nails. I had to cut my thumbnail. So there it is. I thumbed a punt. You did it too, right? So
Yeah,
we're not
it.
punt virgins anymore.
And how disturbing is it when your server thumbs the punt and their false nail, their fake nail, falls off
Oh,
and
that
is
would be-
stuck in your punt?
Well, I wouldn't want a girl to thumb my punt. So that
You
would
don't
be-
have a choice sometimes. You don't have
true.
a choice of server.
That's true. What if you wanted more than one person to thumb your punt?
I don't think that can be allowed in one night. That's just not sanitary.
True. Especially not during COVID. I don't want a COVID thumb.
Anytime. It's not sanitary. Anytime.
Oh, so Cigar Adventure said, send it back when they don't punt it.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. And explain that to the manager too when he comes over. It says, may I ask what was wrong with the wine? We'll get you another bottle. Well, it's a little personal, but if you must know,
Yeah.
there was a thumb and punt issue.
Yeah, well, you can always sign this the complaint or suggestion form. You can be like, loved our waiter, but didn't thumb my
in the
punt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we really need that.
Okay, we've lost a few viewers now.
Yeah.
That might be a sign of
We're
the
down
time.
to a few. I think we should go. It's getting really cold, and so we should go.
We appreciate all you that stuck with
Yeah,
us.
who stuck with us because an hour is it goes fast.
I know.
And, I mean, you're kind of like me. We could talk forever.
Yeah.
We got stories that go on and on and on and on.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Unlike the I kissed her dog story, which is totally false. No, I did not kiss the dog. I don't think so.
Oh, we got another viewer. Now we can't. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Now we're up to 5. Hey, who just joined us? Who just signed on?
It is weird. I mean, the past 10 minutes, I
Yeah.
don't know if...
People have
Are
to
there
take
really people joining at this
They
time?
have to take a potty break. They've been on for over an hour and they're drinking and smoking and they're like, I need to go get another cigar. I need to go potty.
So if you missed it, we're going to go through the whole punt thing all over again from the beginning. Here we go, folks. So the wine bottle. No.
Yeah, we got really. Oh, Ian still
Another
is
viewer
here. He's saying happy birthday to Brian. Oh,
Happy birthday, Brian.
happy birthday, Brian. We'll say happy birthday too. And
Woo!
here's to really great wine and good punting on your birthday. Yeah. Oh, that is good.
That is good. Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, okay. Lone Cigar. I'm not even reading that comment. Don't you read it either. Don't even read it.
That's not that bad.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. It's your show.
Okay, it's my show. Ian said, laugh out loud.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm pretty much like,
Yep, that's...
I'm down to my nails on this. And I think it's out.
You've done
So
it.
I'm going to say it's done. And I just can't say enough, like how it didn't get hot at the end. You know, a lot of cigars kind of heat up and get
appreciate that
stronger
it
at the
didn't do
end.
that.
No, absolutely. It was the same the whole way through. Creamy. I have that kind of creaminess in my mouth, kind of a sweetness. Yeah, it's a really good cigar. And you can Google it because there are other Bugatti cigars.
Cool.
But I just haven't been able to find the white label. So
Mm-hmm.
if anyone finds more, like, please let me know. Like, you don't even have to buy them for me. Just if you find them, let me know. And yeah, Lone Cigar said, no, it got a little hot at the end. It's not hot here, though.
Of the live stream.
Oh, yeah, it did. But, you know, that made it interesting. And
We'll see if it makes it in the final cut or not. Select, delete.
yes, Cigar Enthusiast will be reviewing it
Oh
and
my
editing
gosh.
it down to an hour.
Yikes.
I think the punt discussion is out.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Really?
there were some funny moments in the punt discussion.
It's true. I always like to talk about
And,
punt.
you know, we had dialogue with our viewers through the punt discussion. It wasn't
I
just
think-
us going
yeah.
on. There were others involved.
And
with
the
that
punt
discussion.
is one of those things, the more you talk about it, the less uncomfortable people are.
Yes.
Just keep saying that word, punt.
The third punt was awkward, but by the 20th punt, we were all perfectly
Yeah, now
comfortable
we're
with it.
totally, we're into the punt.
Yeah. Yes.
I did not know anything about it. I'm
Well,
really
thank you to
happy.
Ian for.
So do you think in the
schooling
Webster
us.
Dictionary it says punt and a description?
I assume in the dictionary it must say punt, to kick a ball.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
To kick
But
balls.
maybe.
Oh yeah, we had that gizzard conversation too. Yeah. But it was good. I mean, this was fun. So sometimes
show.
I'm going to have on guests and we'll be talking about specific things. We talked about cigars. We talked about drink. We talked about pairing cigars with drink. We talked about what a punt is and where it's located and how to put your thumb in it.
Yeah, it's good.
See, I'm only barely laughing now. Before I was laughing like a fourth grader. Lone Cigar said it's less taboo now. See,
Yes, exactly.
we really brought the punt out for you. So I'm sure the punt appreciates it. Now we can all talk about our various punts and the different sizes. Some are, I mean, apparently on different bottles, some are deeper than others, different sizes.
Yeah.
So now we can have discussions about punts.
Well, before we go, I just want to thank Ian for all the info. Thanks for hanging out, and we love your wisdom. And Brian, happy birthday again. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your evening.
And Lone Cigar, thank you for all your help with logos and promoting the show. That's really neat.
That's super helpful.
Next time we'll have a little more highbrow show.
Yeah. And Cigar Adventure too. I hope you guys had a good time after we saw you last. I know you were still just getting into your weekend, so hopefully you guys had fun on your little trip after you were here. And hope you're all doing well.
Yeah.
Another week of 2021 almost in the books.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, still Women's History Month, so I'm trying to make some posts on my page that are encouraging about women.
And I believe, what's the date today?
I want to say the 11th.
I believe we're either at or approaching the 1 year anniversary of all the chaos that we've been through. And we're almost at the end, which is nice. It seems like we're getting to the end of the experience.
God, who knew it would be a year, right?
Man, thank God they didn't.
Ian said thank you to you.
Thank God they didn't tell us it was going to be a year, because if we knew that up front, we wouldn't have made it. They strung us along 1 month, 2 months, 1 month, 1 month. If they said it'll be
a really great place like Bora Bora to be stranded. You know, I'm going to live in Bora Bora for a year. I mean, if you got to be stuck somewhere, you might as well be stuck somewhere really nice and exotic. Now we're up to 6 people.
Guys, you got to stop adding yourselves on here, because we won't go home until
Well, if somebody throws out a subject, we'll talk about it for a few minutes. Otherwise, we'll probably go. But I need to drink all this. I kept using the punt to fill my glass, and now I need to drink the glass.
So, a punt is a long, narrow, flat-bottomed boat.
Oh my God, a boat? Is there a man in the boat?
A long, narrow, flat-bottomed.
Yeah. So wait,
long and
here
narrow.
And it says,
yeah.
Travel in a punt. In the summer, you can enjoy punting along the river.
punting along the river in the summer.
So a punt is also a. Did you say a flat bottom boat?
Yeah, square at both ends. And then it also says the man punted young women up and down the river.
I don't know if you heard that, but the description of what a punt is a flat bottom boat.
Or
And then it
Or
used
opens.
it in an example and said the man punted the girls or women
no, that's a different definition of punt.
up and down the river.
That's that.
So those
that's the
girls
verb.
got punted.
That's how to use it as a verb.
That's how to
And
use
there
it
was
as
a man in the boat.
in the long bottom
Wow, I mean,
boat. Yikes! Not good.
so Cigar Adventurer said he's going to be at LAX tomorrow. Well, I think I should meet you. What are you doing at LAX? I'll meet you for a.
How are you
cigar
going to
meeting.
get into LAX?
Well, he's going to fly. He said, I hope the bar is.
How are you
back
going to get
open.
past security?
Oh my God, I touched this and look at what happened to our comments.
Are you going to punt your way past TSA so you can visit him?
Oh, yeah, I can't get into the airport. He would have to come out. So maybe he doesn't have a long enough layover, but you can let me know. Because I would, yeah. It'd be nice to go to a bar and continue the discussion about the punt.
Yeah, you guys could even maybe see it in action.
Yes, I would like to see it in action. I mean, that's what I'd say to the waiter. Just please, could you put your finger in the punt so I can watch? Yep. See, we're holding our viewership because
Yeah,
we're talking about the punt.
I know. Maybe you should stop doing a cigar show and start doing a punt show.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Here's my punt. So punt means to kick a ball.
Yes. It's a boat.
It's a boat with a flat bottom.
It also means to take a chance.
It means to take a chance. You're going to take a chance
Or to
on
make
something,
a
you're
bet.
going to punt it.
Or to make a bet.
Or to make a bet.
It means doing something up and down the river, in which we're still
Oh.
not clear about that.
Well, the guy in the boat, he punted the girls
no, I
up
don't
and down
think,
the river.
Was that related to the...
Because the punt
Oh, it
is a
wasn't.
boat, so he
Yeah.
punted them up and down the
Oh,
river.
got it. Okay.
And they all gave him a really big tip. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Um,
because before you punt, you should warm up and stretch.
Oh, before the punt, you should warm up and stretch.
Always good.
I think the stretching is really important.
Yep.
Yeah, so possibly he has a layover, and it could be a plan watching some punting go down. So,
Done.
yeah, just let me know.
What could be more enjoyable?
I've got some
than
time
that?
during the day. I can certainly meet you. Yeah. It's been at least 20 minutes since I've been punted, so.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
ready.
you can't be punted anymore because the bottle is empty. So.
It is?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. It's
Oh
empty.
boy. Okay. Well, we're down to 5. Should we say goodnight?
I think so.
Okay. So I hope you all join me next week because I'm going to have a really special guest.
It'll be a great show.
Yeah. And I've already got the show all planned out and the questions and all of that. So that would be really fun. So hopefully you join me next week. And this week was kind of fun. It was
We
kind
had
of fun to,
Yeah.
you know, I really didn't have a plan. I just thought,
very
we'll
relaxed.
smoke our cigars,
Yeah.
we'll drink our drinks, we'll
Very
take
relaxed.
comments. It was
Yeah.
very relaxed and it was super fun.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
yeah. So I guess that's a wrap. So be kind. Keep chasing your stars.